Gentlemen, welcome back to MGTOW Money. Today's topic, more than 40% of men suffer from. Before we get to that, let me sincerely thank the ongoing support from the Patreon investors in this channel. Michael, welcome. Naz, welcome. Augustus Caesar, welcome, the newest Patreon supporters of this channel. As well as thank you guys, those that bought me a cup of coffee via PayPal based upon the last video. Men, to see the video description today, become a Patreon supporter of this channel. Let's get on to today's topic. More than 40% of men suffer from. Today's topic, the idea came from the Gillette razor blade company. And you may even use their products. They recently started a new marketing campaign. And the campaign is called, and oh, by the way, again, see the video description. I encourage you to watch their video. The video is called the Best a Man Can Be campaign. Yes, the Best a Man Can Be. I highly stress to you, highly see this video, because it also reminds me of Brown University. Brown University is a serious, private, very expensive university in the United States. They recently published a guide titled, quote unquote, Unlearning Toxic Masculinity. Yes, man, I'm sure this is going to be a bestseller for all men out there, in particular you who are needing to unlearn your toxic masculinity. Now, men, here, I'm about to reveal for you what you are probably suffering from. Yes, I'm reading a newspaper article here. Get ready, men. Disclaimer, listen carefully. This article is a joke. It's satire. It's a parody. Okay? So listen carefully. For those of you who don't listen carefully, this article is a joke. But the article is titled, and by the way, again, see the video description, Are You Suffering from Toxic Masculinity? Know the warning signs. Yes, men, quote unquote, more than 40% of men suffer today from it, and their loved ones pay the price. It's called toxic masculinity, and it's the latest disease that plagued the nation. So, men, I'm going to give you some warning signs that you need to be aware of to indicate you might be suffering from toxic masculinity. One, even the faintest whisper of facial hair. If you've got a mustache or whatever, a goatee, etc., you really need to see about removing that. And as the article says, if you have a full-grown beard, well, it's probably too late for you. Two, a belief that men and women are at least a little bit different. Men, if you have any belief that men and women are in the slightest way different, you need to be seriously thinking differently. You need to be actually seeking counseling. Counseling, of course, with a woman. Because we know, of course, there is absolutely no difference between men and women. And you can find plenty of videos about this. Plenty of esteemed professors on YouTube are doing videos about this. Another idea that he mentions is if you ever hold the door open for a woman, even once in a while, even though you might think it's sort of innocent, or even if she's in front of you or behind you or whatever, you are wrong to do so. Do not ever, under any circumstances, of course, hold a door open for a woman, because, of course, she is your equal. No, it is not common courtesy. You are just showing your toxic masculinity, or even mansplaining towards her, I suppose, in a nonverbal sort of way. Next, if you are talking about freedom and charging in a battle, taking charge, etc., again, you are indicating those symptomatics of someone who is stressing violence, etc. Again, you need to seriously take a step back. You need to calm down. You need to stop and think more carefully about yourself. Because, as he last says in this article, quote, being a man who doesn't hate himself. In other words, if you're a man who doesn't hate yourself, this is a most telling sign, because toxic masculinity is coursing through your veins, quote unquote. And if you have any hope of recovery, you need to begin hating yourself today. Now, quote unquote, if you or you know a man who are suffering from one of these symptoms, you need to contact a medical professional today. Get help before it's too late. All right, men, I hope you enjoyed that satire, of course. And again, I'll include a link to the video description, but it does bring up something that I've mentioned in numerous prior videos. This in particular, this idea of what's happening is that culture, this anti-male, anti-man culture. And by the way, this cuts across racial lines. This cuts across certainly geographic lines. These new cultural norms are flooding into public policy. In other words, they're flooding into laws that are going to affect you. They're flooding into divorce courts today. They're going to even be more punishing to you in the future. Yes, I said you, because inevitably 4 out of 5 men inevitably are going to get married, including men who listen to MGTOW videos. Furthermore, you are going to be increasingly under threat, whether you're at school, on the job site, etc., regarding any allegation of sexual harassment, inappropriate language, anything that could be misconstrued. Furthermore, most importantly to me at least, that I'm very sensitive to, and you should be, if you're working a job, I virtually guarantee you what's going to end up happening, your taxes will go up. And taxes are already, for most working adults, their highest expense item. And it is also something that, for most people, they have zero control over. All right, men, let me finish by saying, look, metaphorically, they are going to castrate you. They are going to emasculate you. Your current puppet masters, and you know who I'm talking about, ultimately want you under their thumb. They want you going to that 8 to 5 job to continue as you are, to enjoy your weekends, playing your video games, watching TV, etc., and not truly moving forward with your life. If you plan on achieving anything great or even small in your life, you need financial independence. And that, of course, is what this channel is all about. Men, ultimately, you can continue to work within a system where, frankly, you are hated and you're only wanted for your labor, or you can achieve financial independence and be a MGTOW and walk away. Your choice. I know what mine is. Gentlemen, as always, hit the like button if you found this profitable. John Galt out.